In part one of Creating Boundaries, I took you inside my painting, creating boundaries around my own creativity. I started with the overwhelmed feeling that I know so well when I have too many ideas. And I was able to see that the overwhelm of ideas and shoulds and shiny objects are actually different than the creative spark that comes from within. I'm Michelle Baker, art therapist, owner of MBodied Art Studio. Hit that subscribe button and continue on this art journey with me as I figure out what these boundaries actually look like. How do I keep that overwhelm out and protect my inner creative flame? Once I had each of these sections laid down, the last thing really is to create the boundary. And I looked at my painting and I thought, well, I could draw some like big black line here with oil pastel, but that didn't feel good to me because I still really didn't know what this boundary would be. So instead of going any further in the painting, I sat down and wrote in my journal to try to figure out what is this boundary that I really don't have right now in my life. I want to know what it is and I want to bring it in. And these are some of the insights that I had reflecting on my painting in my journal. That this is messy and random, whereas this place is intentional. I painted it on purpose. So what comes from my flame and my center is not chaotic. And this is not mine, whereas this is mine to do. So I realized that my boundary, the thing that I don't know about going here, is about discerning between the fleeting, random shit that comes into my mind, discerning between that and my core, my own inner flame. So then I looked up, what does discernment mean? And some of the great things in the thesaurus were seeing, clarity, paying attention, feeling into, and comparing. And this is one of the beauties that has happened in my painting is I've gotten a really clear side-by-side comparison that is already helping me discern the difference and create that boundary for myself. If you're interested in trying art therapy for yourself and learning to listen to your soul messages, then take my free email course. I'll show you how a 5-minute drawing can help you tap into your own deep wisdom. There's a link to this free course in the description below this video. Once I realized discernment was the answer to the boundary question, I was ready to literally create them in my painting. So I used this fun tape that looks like film because I liked the different sections of it. Inside each square, I drew different parts of my body. My eyes closed and listening, my ears, my mouth, as reminders that to really have discernment, I had to slow down enough and really listen to my body to know when I'm coming from that core flame and when I'm actually just being distracted by the mess up in the corner there. This painting helped me see something that I've never been able to understand before. I know that I get overwhelmed with ideas and with my own creativity. So when I asked the question, what would a boundary look like with my own creativity? I learned that there's this overwhelm of ideas and shoulds and things that just are distractions like shiny objects. And then there's also my own inner flame. And that's the place that I really want to act from, is my own personal creative potential. And so normally this all just feels like overwhelm all around me. But I learned that to have a boundary with that would really be discernment. Taking the time to check in with how things are feeling. Does it feel like the overwhelmed craziness over here, or does it feel like something that's coming from me that wants to be tended to like a flame? So I hope that by coming inside this painting with me, I've been able to show you how you can literally ask your painting a question and receive a really important answer for yourself. And it's been a while since I finished this, and I can tell you that this knowledge, this wisdom of what my boundary is like has continued to unfold in my life and guided me to acting more from this inner flame and less from this overwhelmed place. And one thing that we always do in Healing Heart is give each other reflections. So if there's anything that you want to tell me about my painting, something interesting that you see or notice, please leave me a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you love this idea of going into my paintings with me and learning how art therapy really unfolds for people, subscribe to this channel. I'm going to take you on more art adventures every single week.